Coleman is British. It says so on his passport. So why can't he be a member of the British National Party? Well, the party maintains it's not racist. This week it's being taken to court for refusing membership to non-white Britons like Des. Well, tonight he meets activists here in Hena and elsewhere in the East Midlands and asks some uncomfortable questions.
BNP, the most controversial three letters in the political alphabet. Sidelined from mainstream politics, it provokes strong reaction. Opponents claim it's fascist and racist. Its members are banned from joining trade unions and the police force. Yet the British National Party remains popular. Tens of thousands of people vote for them, and the East Midlands is one of their most fertile voting grounds. I want to know why. What is it about the BNP that gets them elected? Has the political establishment got them wrong? Are they racists?
Everything what stands for the English and the British
way of life.
Church of England people are being attacked.
And the reason why you won't let me into the party is because I'm a black guy.
Cast your mind back to the summer. The country's reeling from the MP's expenses scandal. Not a good time to hold an election if you're one of the major parties. But we do. We have two. One for local councils, the other for the European Parliament. In the East Midlands, the BNP fields more candidates than ever before. They're confident that they'll be successful. It's a good time to approach them to find out why. Well, I'm about to meet some BNP activists. Feeling a little apprehensive. I remember when I was younger, this area was known, or thought, I should say, to be quite racist. First up is Lewis Alsbrook. He's already a councillor for Amber Valley Borough Council, but wants to be elected to Derbyshire County Council representing Hena Central.
You guys here with the BNP, how's it going?
Oh, it's not bad. It's quite quiet on a Sunday, but we're here to be seen and hand some papers out.
I'm older than you, because you're young. It looks like a baby, doesn't he? I'm older than you. I'm a British citizen, so I would say, in essence, that because you're older, am I more British than you or less British than you?
I think Britishness isn't something that you can just stick into one pot and say that's what it is to be British.
Isn't that what you're advocating?
I mean,
though?
one of the things that's happening with our society, as they're calling for diversity, we're not actually increasing in diversity. We're losing it.
What about the people that say that you're racist? You're a racist party. What about those?
No, we're not. The simple answer is no, we're not racist.
Right. Can I just mention this?
Yeah. You are, by the way.
I'm BNP. I'm standing for Ripley.
Oh, excellent. Go
Right,
on.
now remember this. It wasn't.
Is it all right to get you on camera, though?
Of course it is.
Excellent.
But
your name is?
Ken Cooper. You can't wear the cross. You can't have nativity plates for your children and my children. We can't have hot cross buns in hospital. Everything what stands for the English and the British
way of life.
Church of England people are being attacked. The Muslims are getting the first priority.
Do you not like the idea that there's an influx of lots of people in different countries and it's added something to Britain? I mean, what do you say to people that have said that?
It's my first experience talking to the BNP. First impressions, they're a mixed bag. Ken Cooper's certainly got some strong opinions, but Lewis Alsbrook, he's not so outspoken. Next, I'm on my way to meet Edward Holmes, another BNP candidate who's standing for Selston in Nottinghamshire. He had been a Labour district councillor in Ashfield for years, but now he's BNP.
The Labour Party today bears no relation to the Labour Party of the 60s, when it was the real Labour Party looking after the working man. And I would argue that the BNP, a lot of the BNP policies are pure Labour policies. We're now on 65 million and growing, so something's got to happen, somebody's got to happen. So let me put this to you then.
Go on then.
Who should leave? Should the people whose forefathers have been here for thousands of years, should we have to leave? Or should people who've only been here a few years have to leave?
Can I say this then? Who do you see as the worst candidate?
Muslims.
Muslims?
Yep.
Okay.
And the
What
reason for that is not racist again. Muslims, because I'm a Christian, I believe in Christian values, and Islam is taking over the Christendom of England, and that really is offensive. And they don't make any pretense about it.
So,
you asking me if you're British, let me ask you a question. If, God forbid, England went to war with Jamaica, which army would you be in?
I'd be in the British Army.
You're British then? Well done. That's my answer, and that's my question.
So would you then allow me into your party?
No.
Well, there, shake my hand. I'll take that shake of the hand back, mate, because I don't see how you can match the two.
No, but I'll defend your right to be here. I'll defend your right to be Britain. I will defend your right to be Britain.
I've just said that I'm British, and if Britain and Jamaica went to war, I'd fight for Britain, and now you're saying that I can't even join your party. I can't understand how you can, I'm not getting angry, I can't understand how you can suddenly say, Des, you're going to fight flipping Britain, you're going to shoot all these cracking Jamaicans, and I still ain't going to allow you into the party. Why? The only difference I can see is because I'm a black guy. There was a point that we touched on about Britishness. I was born over here, been raised over here, and he was seemingly saying that he was more British than me. I can't see that. And that does offend me, actually.
Edward was called Labour and switched to BNP. I've come to rural Derbyshire to Wirksworth to meet another man who's switched, but not from Labour, from Conservative. Paul Rogerson is a pillar of the community here. He runs an estate agency in the middle of town.
The British National Party, clearly is a nationalist party, and that appeals to a substantial number of people. Preserving our homeland, which we've fought for certainly in this century 2 horrendous world wars, and going right back through history, we've fought for our sceptred isle, as Shakespeare said, and we wish to retain this into the future. I'd like to think my grandchildren have grown up in the idyllic situation that I enjoyed in a market town in Lincolnshire, and I'd be very sad if they didn't enjoy what I've enjoyed.
It's an idyllic picture, but do the voters buy it? The campaigning's over and it's polling day. There's been a lot of hype about the BNP gaining ground, but what do the people voting for them think?
I don't think they're racist as bad now. There was before, don't get me wrong, but as long as they can come in and do a job, I'm not bothered. Not bothered one bit.
I'm very patriotic, and I'm British jobs for British workers. Because, you know, where I work, when I first started to go into that yard, there was 7 English lads work there. There's not one now. They're all Polish and it's not very nice.
I think the country's in the right mess at the minute. I think it's time to shut the country's borders. Let's take stock of what we've got in our own country and let's get looking after it instead of looking after everybody else.
The BNP's message seems to be getting out there to some of the electorate, but I still want to quiz the party machine about their specific policies. I've arranged to meet 2 candidates in Colville, but the time passes and they don't show.
I've been waiting here for an hour now to meet Wayne McDermott. He's running for Forest and Measham. Now, he arranged to meet in Colville, but he's fallen off radar. Can't contact him. His phone's off. I don't know, is he running scared? All I want to do is ask him a few simple questions. And now, I've just been told that Adrian Wardby is running for Oadby. He's pulled out of an interview as well. My producer's been on the phone to him and he says that the BBC have never given the BNP a fair crack of the whip. But you know what, I think there's something else. Because he also mentioned that I'd given one of his lads in Ashfield a hard time, and that's got to be Edward Holmes. I'll take that shake of the hand back, mate, because I don't see how you can match the two.
No, but I'll defend your right to be here. I'll defend your right to be Britain. I will defend your right.
And all I did was ask him some straightforward questions.
It's the first of 2 election counts. The votes have to be counted to find out who's been elected to our county councils. How well did the BNP fare? That's Wayne McDermott, celebrating the party's first election success. Graham Partner wins Colville, making him the only BNP member on Leicester County Council in its history. Wayne's one of the guys that stood me up in Colville. Now's my chance to put some questions to him.
Wayne?
No interviews whatsoever. No interviews whatsoever. The way you were in Ashfield, sorry, no interviews.
The way I was?
No, not you. I report to you. I shake your hand, you're excellent. I spoke to Edward Holmes, said, very nice bloke, but sorry, not being inside out. Apologise, sorry.
Not even just one quick word, Wayne?
Sorry, right, sorry. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, thanks.
Edward Holmes fails to get elected. He comes third in Selston. Lewis Alsbrook also isn't successful, although he comes a very close second place in Heanor Central. The BNP refuses to cooperate with the rest of our filming. I want to meet an expert to get their opinion. Catherine Fieschi spent years studying the BNP. A good part of her research has been focused on Heanor.
What they want is a platform to spout. They don't actually want to be interviewed. They don't want to be interviewed several times over because actually, you know, they get exposed as actually not really knowing what they're talking about.
Now, they're quite successful on the doorstep. Why do you think that is?
I think what the BNP really tap into is a sense of exclusion on behalf of a number of people, mainly, I think, in this country, the white working class.
Look, it's been said that they propagate myths. Exactly what shape do those take?
For example, the leaflet that was circulated a few years ago in Heanor about the alleged rape of a white woman by some asylum seekers. Now that was absolute and total fabrication. There was no basis to this.
It's the second election count. The votes have to be counted to find out who's been elected to represent the East Midlands in Europe.
Feels like I've been chasing the BNP around for weeks now. They won't talk to me at all, so I've come here to the elections tonight to see how they do. It really is a big night for them.
One by one, the results come in from around the country. Success comes early for the party in the northwest. They get their first MEP elected there, Nick Griffin. Later on that night, they get a second MEP elected for Yorkshire and the Humber. They get nothing in the East Midlands. Even their candidate here, Robert West, is stonewalled. As he gives his speech, the other party candidates turn their backs and walk out. The party receives just 8.7% of the total votes cast here. That's 2% more than they did in the last European election. For their support to get bigger, they need to broaden their appeal. It's a few months later, and that's what they're trying to do. It's their Red, White and Blue Festival at Codnor in Derbyshire. It's a day out for the family, they say. But this year, hundreds of people turn out in protest. The police stop them from getting to the event, but an undercover journalist is there. He captures this footage of activists burning a gollywog.
He thinks he's not black. He's said enough. He's charged with being black. Yeah, get on there.
And the BNP's response?
Considering this country is drifting towards Sharia law via an Islamic republic, the burning or alleged burning of a doll in a field in Derbyshire isn't the most pressing of matters.
I started this film with the intention of giving the BNP a fair crack of the whip. I wanted to find out what their policies were, why people voted for them and why they were gaining in popularity. I got close, too close for their liking. They didn't want me to question why they were opposed to mixed-race relationships, why they wanted to encourage non-white British people to return to their ancestors' country of origin, and why you can't be a member of their party unless you are white and British.
I meet a lot of people in my line of work, but what I don't do is I don't define them by the colour. I don't go, he's black, he's white, he's Pakistani. But when I see this flag, that's when I see those people, because it's all those races that make up this flag. They're all British. But there are some that say that this flag should only belong to those who are white. That's what I think the BNP wants. Thankfully, it's not the country that I live in. It's not what made this Britain great.